Hello. Hello. I'm going to wait a little bit for people to find the live before I start really getting going here. Normally I go live a little earlier in the day on Wednesdays, but today just stuff is going on, so I ended up going live at 1 p.m. Hey Crystal, how are you? I'm gonna do my nails today. What's new? I don't know, you guys might be tired of me doing my nails on live, but it's like a good time for me to do it because I have to, well, I don't have to sit here for an hour, but I am sitting here for an hour, so might as well do it, you know? Last week, my nails took the entire 1 hour live to do them. So that was kind of crazy. Also, last week, I put a bunch of gems on my nails, and for the first time ever, they stayed on like the whole week. I just today tore all the gems off, so that was really cool because normally they don't stay on that long. What color? Today I think I'm just gonna do simple red because I had gems on my nails all week and it was kind of a lot actually to like, I don't know, it was a bit of a battle every now and then with chunky gems on my nails, like depending on what I was doing. And now it's gonna take forever for me to get this nail polish off because there's glue on it from the gems. So we will go through this battle together. Yeah, nail time, that's freaking right. Today I want to talk about minimalism while living in a van, but also we can just like chat about whatever. Today I'm feeling really like anxious, and I'm not a very anxious person. But yeah, I don't know. I woke up in a weird mood, so maybe you guys can lift my spirits. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Yeah, this is gonna take forever to come off. So maybe we can talk about anxiety while living in a van. Hey, Jonesy girl. Hello. So, some people are finding the stream. How is everyone doing? I'm doing okay. I weirdly have a lot of anxiety today. I think just about like, just life and like, I don't know. Honestly, everything's fine. Like, I don't know why I have anxiety. But I do. So hopefully you guys can kind of help me feel a little better. Today, where I am, obviously I'm not going to say where I am, but it's not raining, but it's super gloomy. Last week my stream, last week while I was streaming, I'm like, I can't speak, it was pouring rain, which was really cool. I don't think it's gonna pour rain this time, but yeah. Hi, hope you have a good holiday. Thank you. Might need to file off the glue. Yeah, I might need to. We'll see. Happy Wednesday, Michelle. Jackdaw asked, was it easy for you to adjust to the significant minimalism of living in a small van? It's a good question, and that's a really good way to start off today's topic. So today's topic is going to be minimalism while living in a van. And I will say, so I've lived in San Francisco for about 10 years. Obviously, I live in my van now, but I still work in San Francisco. I still consider it my home base. And before I moved into the van, I lived in very small apartments because it is San Francisco after all. So with that being said, I feel like I was already kind of on track for being a pretty extreme minimalist. I couldn't own that much stuff because I always lived in studio apartments or really small bedrooms within households or SROs. And so I already owned hardly anything before moving into the van. But what's funny is like I definitely owned way more than I thought, you know, before moving into such a tiny van. So it was difficult. The hardest part for me becoming a pretty extreme minimalist while living in the van and like moving into the van was, for me, I'm a painter. I love painting with acrylic paints, and I excuse me, I would paint on large canvases. And when I moved into the van, I continued doing that, but I can't store those large canvases in my van like with finished paintings. It was just unrealistic to paint on large canvases in my van and have those paintings in here. And so that was really hard for me, having to basically give up painting on canvas. I also don't have a storage unit. I store some stuff at my dad's storage unit, but it's hardly anything. And just like generally, I don't have a storage unit. I think if I had a storage unit, I would continue painting on canvas, but I don't because I could like store the paintings at the unit, but obviously I don't. So that was a big hard one for me. Oh, I didn't get this gem all the way off. I'll have to work on that. This nail polish is so hard to take off because there were gems on it. But yeah, if you guys have questions about like minimalism and moving into such a small space, let me know. I'm just gonna kind of talk off the cuff. I haven't planned anything for this live as far as exact like things I want to talk about regarding minimalism, but I thought it'd be an interesting topic to talk about just anyway. So if you have any questions about living very, very extremely small, let me know. Yeah, this glue is something else, that's for sure. Hey, Ronnie Jai, how are you? Hello, Michelle. Antonio asked if I have a storage unit. So no, I don't have a storage unit. I do have a couple bins of things that I store at my dad's storage unit, but it's not very accessible for me most of the time. And it's not things I want to be accessible necessarily, but I do not have a storage unit of my own. So like everything I have is in my van with me. So that can be kind of hard. And that's also why I've been forced by my own doing to become a pretty extreme minimalist and not own much. One thing that is kind of hard is as I travel, I find really cool things at thrift stores or clothing or shoes and stuff like that that I would love to buy. But I have such extreme limited space. And so because of that, I can't buy it. Most things I just can't buy. In fact, when I'm shopping with people, I pick up the smallest thing ever and I say like, oh, this is so cute. I wish I could have this, but it's too big for my space. I can't fit it. And people always are shocked. Like, what do you mean? It's literally tiny. But it's, I mean, I literally have no space for it. So that kind of sucks, but it's kind of funny at the same time because it's so extreme. For me, I really thrive in a relatively clean space. I like to keep my space clean, and that also includes the things I own and the things I store and the things I display. So, that's why I don't own much. Today, we're talking about extreme minimalism. A lot of people are coming in now to the stream, and I'm going to paint my nails red. So, ask me anything about living in a tiny van, maybe tips on, I don't know, organization or something. I'm just going to talk off the cuff, but you can ask me anything. You can ask me anything on or off topic, to be honest. I have weird anxiety today, which is very annoying. Normally, I'm not an anxious person, but I don't know. It's just one of those days, I guess. So I'm kind of thinking actually doing this live stream will help me get me out of my funk. I actually do know why I'm anxious, but I don't want to talk about it. Something happened earlier today, which was really shitty, but I'll get over it. Don't be worried, by the way. It wasn't like I'm fine. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Whispers After Dark said, finally caught alive. What are you going to have for dinner tonight? Oh, I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. That is a good question. I'm not super sure. Yesterday, I made this really kick-ass veggie pasta dish, and I have a bunch left over, so I might just have that, to be honest, for dinner again, like heat it up in a pan. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I've also been weirdly craving bagels with cream cheese. So I bought bagels and cream cheese yesterday, but I accidentally got vegan cream cheese. I haven't tasted it yet. I'm really hoping it's okay. So I've been like thinking about breaking into that at some point too. Let's see. How many outfits do you limit yourself to? Crystal Honda asked. So with clothing, without giving away like exactly where I am and trying to like hide my location and all that, where I'm parked. So this is an upper cabinet that my dad helped me build. It's not that big. Like if you look at my hand, you know, that's like 1, 2, maybe 3 hands like tall, and it's not that deep. That is where I store all of my clothes. And then I have a large body pillow back here, the yellow one, and that holds all of my large, bulky clothes like jackets and sweaters and gloves and hats and stuff like that. So I'm super, super limited. I repeat outfits constantly because of this, and I don't like it, but it is what it is. Basically, what I limit myself to is what I can fit in my cabinet that I just showed you. That's what I do. Michelle Ann said, we only camp in our van occasionally. I still can't be as minimal as I should. Oh my God, I know. It is really hard. It is really hard trying to be super minimalist about things. It's so difficult, especially for a part-timer, I feel like. If you have a place where you can store things, like it's not as big of a deal, maybe. I mean, to each their own. Everyone has a different situation going on. But yeah, I feel you. I know what you mean. Jackdaw said, one upside to limited space is the fact that we don't have space for much. Saves us some bucks. That's very true. I don't really spend willy-nilly. I pretty much only spend my money on food and experiences and necessities, whatever that is, like van stuff, or I don't know, I need new socks or whatever. But otherwise, like knickknacks and random things that I see and I just like want, I literally can't spend the money on it because I don't have space for it. I'm very, very, very extreme about it. There are people who are more extreme than me though, like extreme. My van is packed to the gills and I have things 100% in here that I don't need. And that's another point I actually wanted to make, is when I'm shopping, I ask myself, do I need this or do I just want it? And if I just want it, I will seriously think about it. Like, will it better my life in any way? And sometimes even if it's not like something that will help me, like a tool or whatever, sometimes it's just something cute, and that might actually help my life, like my mental health, by having something cute, you know. But I'd say 99% of the time, if I don't need it and I just want it, then I do not buy it. Thank you, Ronnie Jai. Ozzy, how are you? Ozzy said, hi, Asia. What's one thing do you regret the minimalist position you're in that you couldn't get? What is one thing you regret the minimalist position you're in that you couldn't get? Possibly earlier in the stream, I was talking about how I used to paint, like do acrylic painting on canvas, and I really miss that because I can't do that anymore because I have nowhere to store the large paintings anymore. So that's something I really miss and wish I could still do, but I don't have a storage unit. I have nowhere to store the paintings. Nikki said, what is the Friday vlog going to be about? You will see. You will see. It's a good one. That's all I'm going to say. It's a really good one. And also there is someone, like a special guest in the vlog that you guys have only seen on the channel once in January, and I haven't seen her in a very long time. And that's all I'm going to say. You will like it. It's funny you crave that. I just got bagels and cream cheese too. No way. That's awesome. Doris Street said, I never get to see lives live. Hi, Asia. Keep up the good work. Stay beautiful. Thank you. You're so sweet. Gigi said, I've recently become a minimalist and I love it actually. It's very freeing. Hell yeah. That is another point. Totally. It's super freeing. Like the less stuff I have, the more free I feel. I just love not owning much. It does sometimes, like, I wish I had things to just go through or play with or whatever, but generally I feel pretty good. Like, you know, I moved into the van for a lot of reasons, and one of them was to experience life and travel is a lot more than I was before, because travel is so important to me. It's like vital to my literal mental health. And if traveling is so important to me, then I'm more than happy giving up like possessions for that life. I don't really care, you know, you die with your memories, you don't die with your things, you know what I mean? Like, who cares about that wristwatch or that shirt or the Labubu? Do people still like Labubus? Is that still a thing? You guys are gonna have to tell me. Fun fact about red nails, I used to only paint my nails red when I was like 23 or 24 or something like that. Only red nails. Michelle Ann said, I just need to throw away stuff, but I don't want to. But I don't, LOL, yeah. Why don't you donate the stuff that you're not using at all? If you don't use it within a year, donate it. Yes, I agree. I agree. Donation is really, really good. Can't wait to see the vlog, yes. Andy, I'm a total maximalist. Please send help, LOL. Those things creep me out, those dolls. Oh yeah, are you talking about the Labubus? You guys tell me, is that still a thing? I literally don't care about Labubus. And I think they're ugly, sorry. Sorry if you guys like them. You know what, to each their own. I probably like things that most people would think is ugly or weird. So, whatever. One funny thing though, speaking of like shopping, is I have seen already a lot of like random merch, like Labubu merch in Goodwills and thrift stores, which I find really funny and so wasteful also. Oh my gosh, actually, speaking of wasteful, Andy, what was that documentary we watched about waste on Netflix? I want to shout out that documentary. It was really, really good. It's all about like Amazon and like waste in the US, and it was like talking about the reality, the actual reality of how much we are wasting, and like fast fashion and a lot of the stuff we as consumers and as just like people in society have zero control over this and the waste, a lot of us, but we can help by being more intentional with what we buy, you know? Ozzy said, have you ever thought of a rooftop box for the very intricate or infrequent things? Could make room for a few more art supplies. Yeah, I have thought of that. The only thing is, since I have such a small minivan, an Astro van, it's so tiny, my one solar panel takes up so much of my roof that if I had like a Thule box up there or something, it would cover a lot of the panel. So that's why I haven't had any kind of storage box up there. And another big reason I don't have a storage box up there on my roof is stealth reasons. I just want to totally blend in, nothing else like up there at all to like say I live in here. I don't know. A lot of stealth van lifers have the Thule boxes and totally get away with it, and they're totally fine. But for me, I don't need it, you know? And it would cover my panel. What's up, Marco? Okay, buy now, the shopping conspiracy. Yes. So that Netflix documentary I was talking about, it's called Buy Now, the Shopping Conspiracy. It's so good. If you want to do like a deep dive and like really see about just the waste all over the world, but mostly like US focused, it's pretty good. That's a really good documentary. I've actually watched it a few times since we watched it together, Andy. But I watched it first with you, my love. One thing I will say that's nice about doing just like regular color nails, nothing intricate, is it's super fast. Like I said earlier in my live last week, well, earlier in this live, last week I put gems on my nails and it took the entire hour to like finish it, which was fun, but like way longer than I was expecting. But one cool thing is the gems did stay on all week. I was so proud, and that is the first time ever that that's happened, where they stayed on all week. I'm going to watch that tonight. Thanks for the title. Yeah, totally. You should. Lydia Alvarez said, I have the Thule on my SUV. It's helpful when I get to camp for multiple days at one place. Other than that, I stay stealth in my SUV and stay at rest stops / urban camping. Totally. Yeah, absolutely. I've never really heard of a Thule or any kind of like storage box on top of the roof rack killing stealth necessarily. I'm just like the stealth queen in the sense that I mostly stealth camp. And so I'm just like the two things that I said before. If I don't need it, I'm not going to get it. And then also it would cover my solar panel. I'm doing a quick clear coat on my nails, and then I'll answer the rest of your guys' questiones. All right. All done. Red. Let's see what you guys are saying. Coloni asked, what do you normally do for fun when the weather's bad? I will sit in my van all day and watch movies and write and draw, or if I don't want to be lazy all day, and if I can drive somewhere where it's not raining, I'll do that. If that's not possible, then I will go into a library and like read books or like work on my computer inside, indoors, go to a cafe, go to the movies. If this is like if I'm urban, obviously if I'm wild camping and it's raining, I don't really have much choice. I have to just be in the van, which is fine, or go on a big rainy hike. But that kind of sucks because then I have no proper way to dry off or like dry my clothes. I don't have a dryer, you know, like back when I was renting and living in a house, I actually really enjoyed going on hikes or walks in the rain because I could come home, take all my clothes off and dry them and I'm fine. But like, I can't do that in the van. Lydia said, if you liked the doc, you should read Consumed. Asia Barber? Huh. Yeah, it's not really necessary if you're staying in campground spots. Solar def takes priority. Yeah. Marco said, I have a Chevy Express van motorhome I'm working on, but due to work I'm getting it done slowly but surely. Yes, that's great. Chevy Express van. I know it takes so long, especially when you work full time, to build out a van. It takes so long. It's ridiculous. Andy said, I recently dedicated a drawer for art supplies, so being minimalism is not in the stars for me, but I think I'm doing much better than an average American. I bet you are. I mean, you're in a schoolie, so that's much smaller than most people. They have like a big house or whatever. And also, I do want to quickly say, just because you live in a house or whatever and like have stuff, literally that's not bad. I want to be super clear that me talking about extreme minimalism and everything I'm saying in this video is very much my opinion, and I'm talking about me and my life. I don't want anyone to watch this now or later when it's posted on the channel and think I'm preaching about you have to be a minimalist, get rid of your stuff, because that's not the case at all. That's so true about rain activities for us. It's a no-go. Yeah, seriously. Kaloni asked, if you upgraded the van, what would you upgrade to? A lot of people ask me this, and my answer is always, I would not get a new van. I would just upgrade the shit out of the van I currently have. I think it'd be cool to get some kind of a custom alu cab to the roof to extend the roof up for camping, and I don't know, just like upgrade the shit out of the van I have right now and put a new engine transmission in it. It doesn't need a new engine and transmission yet, but that's what I would do if I had the money and just wanted to do a big upgrade. Lydia said, I miss being on the road. I recently got an apartment again because I got scared to travel during all the ice raids. I never used to be scared, but I'm going to be brave and go camping this week. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. It is scary out there. It's not cool what's going on with the ice raids, man. That's so shitty. I'm sorry. You can always reach out to me if you need a buddy, like to talk to online. You can always DM me on Instagram. You should definitely go camping if you want to. Ugh. Also, this is so severely off topic, but I've been really wanting to do something to my hair, like get a blonde balayage or something. I think it'd be cool. I did a blonde balayage once and I liked it a lot, and I've been thinking about doing it again. I'm just a man in a box. What? Ronnie said, sounds like a plan. I like that plan. If you have money too, I would do the same. Hell yeah. Are you having fun with your swivel seat? Yes, I am. I love my swivel seat. Lydia said, thank you. I really appreciate that. I don't hear a lot of van lifers talk about it, and I appreciate the community support. You're awesome. I love your videos. Oh, thank you. Yeah, dude. If I could say the F word right now about ice, I would. It's insane. But I can't do the F word on YouTube. All right, we're 30 minutes in. Time is kind of flying. Earlier in the live, I talked about how I have a lot of anxiety today, and that's not normal for me. I don't know exactly what's going on. Something weird happened earlier. It was like, I don't even want to really talk about it, but I was on a walk and I got weirdly like followed. I'm okay, but it really threw me off. So anyway, talking to you fine folks is helping a lot. But you can ask me anything. and also continue talking about minimalism. I'm trying to think of other things like that I can talk about specifically about minimalism and living small, like tips and tricks. Something I remember, I think it was last year or maybe the year before, I was at a friend's house and I do this every time I'm at a friend's house. I'll take all my kitchen stuff out and do a deep clean. Like, I'll clean everything in the sink and run it through the dishwasher just so it has a deep, real clean. Because, like, cleaning my stuff at camp or, like, in the van every day, it's fine. But, like, it's nice to have that deep, real clean with, like, hot water. Anyway, when I did that, I set everything out on a towel to dry and I took a picture, and it really showed how minimal and tiny my cooking setup is, especially given the fact that I cook almost every single day in the van. So I cook most of my meals, and I have one pot, one pan, one spatula. I have like one fork, one knife, I have one mug. And my mug is my cup that I use for everything. And then I have my water bottle. It's just interesting how little you really need even for cooking. And I also made, I think like a couple months ago, 3 or 4 months ago, my no build kitchen video. So on my channel, if you want to check out my no build kitchen and my like processes of cooking and what I use, then you can take a peek at that too. I will say it's taken me years to get to the point where I am now with my kitchen setup. With ice, I can't go nowhere. Dude, yeah, man. Not happy with ice. Lydia said that hair would look really good. It's hard having curly hair on the road, but I do a lot of braids, and I think the color would be a fun change and make the braids look better. Ooh, yes, I agree. I braid my hair at night, which helps a lot. And yeah, having curly hair on the road is seriously a lot of maintenance, but I love it at the same time. It is a lot of maintenance though. Marco said, first time I started watching your videos, I was hooked because that's my dream. Also go to the desert and live out of my van. Also love how you enjoy your peace and solitude because I do also. Hell yeah, totally. Lydia said, have you been in Trinidad, California? I stayed there because of the YouTuber Simply Enough. Her van life videos are soothing too. Ooh, I'm going to take a screenshot of that and look up Simply Enough. I don't know if I follow them or know of them, but I don't know if I've been to Trinidad. Maybe? I feel like I have. I don't remember. I can't remember. Is that near the Trona Pinnacles? I can't remember. Ronnie said, I remember that video. I saw that video a while back. Oh, the kitchen, the no-build kitchen? Yeah. Hey, Misty makes some magic. How are you? Also, if everyone who's watching the live could give it a thumbs up, that would be super helpful. To be honest, I don't know what it helps with. I think it just helps like to be discovered within the live streams and helping like boost it in the algorithm or something. Okay, Trinidad is the Cali North Coast. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I have been there. I don't know. I feel like I've been most major and even like, I feel like I've been to most major places in California, and I feel like I've been to a lot of the spots in California that van lifers like to go to and have been. I feel like someone just pushed on my van. That was weird. Thanks for the high five. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Good evening from Amsterdam. Hello. Actually, if everyone who's watching right now could say where they're watching from, that would be really cool. I'm always curious where people are watching from. Please let me know. And also, if you're watching this later, like posted later on my channel, please comment below where you're watching from and where you're from. I'm always super curious about that. Hit that like button, y'all. Also subscribe. I know I did that a while ago. Thank you. Cawthorne said, I'm from Georgia, just got out to the Oregon coast in the van, and this shit is blowing my mind. Dude, I know. The Oregon coast is so beautiful. It is so amazing. Also, I'm sorry it's so dark in here. It's not raining where I'm at, but it's very, very, very dark. Lydia said, have you ever been to Yellowstone? I want to go next year and wondering when is a good time. Not too cold, not too hot. I've never been to Yellowstone, shockingly. So what I just said about having gone to all these major places, I guess it's not true. Never been to Yellowstone. That's got to be a simple Google search as to the good times to go, though. I've definitely always wanted to go there. Do you use any kitchen appliances in the van? Love your videos. Thank you. I don't really use any kitchen appliances. I have my one pot, one pan. I have a little butane stove, and that's what I use to cook on. I do not have a oven. I heat my water up on the stove. Like, I don't have a electric water kettle or anything like that. So it's a pretty simple setup. I'm good, getting myself ready for a work camping job in the Grand Canyon in April. There's really not a lot of time to think about it. I'm in North Dakota. Nice. Andy, hell yeah. Shout out Muni. That's so cool. Work camping job in Grand Canyon. That is so cool. Bay Area, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Borrego Springs. Shout out Borrego Springs. I love it out there. I'm trying to go out there very soon. Very soon. Watching from hot ass South Florida. Is it hot right there or right now in Florida? Seattle, shout out Seattle. You look like you really like Starbucks and reading romance novels. That's, I think, a compliment. I don't know. Or maybe that's a basic compliment. Or you think I'm basic? I don't know. I like Starbucks sometimes. I like Starbucks when Ozzy sends me Starbucks gift cards. And otherwise I don't go to Starbucks, and I don't like romance novels. Andy said, sorry, Yellowstone was underwhelming for me. Grand Tetons are much better. Ooh, I've heard the Grand Tetons are nice. Yellowstone definitely feels like it's about to blow up. Like I could subconsciously feel the vibrations beneath me. Hell no. Oh yeah, because it's like a super volcano, right? I'm watching from Southeast Idaho this year. Going to Yellowstone right now is good because we're having such a warm fall, and I agree with Andy. Grand Tetons is awesome. From Erie, Pennsylvania, watching from Toronto. We have different kind of ice. It's tolerable for 5 months of the year. Different kind of ice. San Pedro, California, checking in. What's up? Shout out San Pedro. Watching from Foggy SF. Hell yeah. Shout out San Francisco. Someone said, how did your van get the name Spec? I did make a short. It's on my channel if you want to watch how I named my van. New Orleans. Shout out New Orleans. Has already snowed here. Oh, man. Hi from SA. You're so beautiful. Thank you. What's SA? I feel weird. What's SA? I don't know. Some people are crazy. South Africa, shout out. That's so cool. South Africa is somewhere I really, really want to go. I've been to Cairo, Egypt, and I really, really want to go to Morocco and then South Africa. Those are kind of like my next travel goals when it comes to international travel. Yeah, so if you have any tips on where to go in South Africa, literally all I know about South Africa is Cape Town, and I know it's so much better and greater than just Cape Town. So let a girl know. We're 40 minutes in, y'all. If anyone has questions about being an extreme minimalist and owning basically nothing, please, right now is your time to ask me anything. Ask me anything about extreme minimalism or whatever. I've always been drawn to Scotland. Scotland would be really, really cool and beautiful to go to as well. I've also always wanted to do the Greenland Loop. I think it's Greenland. Is it Greenland or Iceland? It might be Iceland, where there's like the loop around the entire country. It takes like, I mean, you can take as long or as little time as you want to do it, but I think it's like roughly a 1 week road trip. I've always wanted to do that, fly there, rent a camper van, and do the loop. If anyone's done that, please let me know in the comments. Maximalist here, shout out. We love a good maximalist. Lydia said, what about your personal style? How has a dive into minimalism changed your style, or has it? Actually, yes. So it was more so my style changed when moving into the van than the whole minimalist change, because I used to wear more intricate outfits, lots of layers, skirts, dresses, stuff like that. But after moving into the van, quickly learned how utilitarian my wardrobe needed to be to work on the van and moving within the van and in and out of the van. My skirts and frilly things especially were getting caught on everything because it's such a tight space. So that really sucked. I had to get rid of a lot of really cute pieces and outfits, and I was really excited to travel and buy cute pieces and like continue working on my fun wardrobe, but I don't really do that because I just don't have the space. So my personal style has turned very utilitarian, although I do still wear skirts and like cute things sometimes, but it used to be a lot more like, I used to feel, oh, also shoes. I only have like 5 pairs of shoes, or 4 maybe, I think. I have a pair of boots, tennis shoes. Okay, wait. I have Blundstones, which are like boots, Docs, like Doc Martens, tennis shoes, slides, so like sandals, and then I have my shower shoes, which are like slides with holes in the bottom. So really only 4 pairs of footwear, plus my shower shoes. And then I recently, this last summer, my mom gave me water shoes for walking through creeks and stuff while I'm camping. I don't know if, I guess that counts. So the shoes are sad. I just hardly have any shoes. Andy said, how do you handle international travel? Do you pack minimally, backpack only? That's a good question. So I pack super minimally for international travel. I'm a big backpack only girl. I've never checked a bag internationally except for once when I went to Japan. I went with a friend and her and I shared one checked bag. That's the one and only time I think I've ever traveled internationally and checked a bag. Maybe I checked a bag when I went to New Zealand when I was really young, when I was 17. But I kind of don't think I did. Dad, maybe you can chime in. Did I check a bag? I feel like it was just my backpack. And I've actually been thinking about making a video about how I pack for international trips while living in a van. I have to do that when I have an international trip coming up, and right now I don't have an international trip coming up, sadly. Hopefully I will at some point. But what I'm getting to is I would love to make a video about that. One thing that has saved me when it comes to backpack travel only, especially internationally, and I'm bringing more stuff than maybe just like a domestic flight, is I bought these, like, what are they called? Like airtight bags. So they're like plastic bags. And then there's this pump that comes with it that's not an electric pump. It's a hand pump, like a manual. So I stuff all my clothes into this bag. I seal it shut. And then there's this like hole that I put the pump on, and I squeeze out and pump out all of the air. And it makes my huge bag of clothes into this little thing that I shove into the bottom of my backpack. And that has saved me so much. That's like my biggest tip with traveling in a backpack. Marco said, how it feel owning nothing but a van. I'm listening. I stopped what I was doing with this life. Normally, usually, I always miss your lives. Just make the best of it. Misty Makes Some Magic said, so one thing I have trouble with is finding how to have the space for my journaling scrapbook supplies. I know you have the stuff you do as hobbies, so where's the best out of the way places to put it? That's a super, super good question. Also, Andy, I'm going to make you a moderator. I just remembered. Okay. So so it is interesting, like I was saying, yeah, vacuum bags. That's what it's called. Okay. And when I went to New Zealand, it was my backpack maxed out. That sounds about right. So when it comes to my scrapbooking and journaling stuff, like I was saying earlier in my life, how I'm a big do I want it or need it person. And if I just want it, will it like benefit my life or mental health in any way? And scrapbooking and journaling is one of those things that totally benefits me in my life, and I make room for in my van. I was like, maybe I could show you. No, I'm not going to show you. It's too much effort. Sorry. You're going to have to just, I don't know, like see in my mind what I'm about to describe. But I keep all of my journals shoved in the sides of my mattress, like my bed, in between the wall of the van and my bed. And same with my pens. And yeah, visualize visualize what I'm saying. Same with my pens and also my sketchbooks. All of that I just shove in between the wall of my van and my bed. That's where I store it all. And yeah, I scrapbook and journal a little differently than a lot of people. A lot of people, they have, what are they called? Junk journals. They do junk journaling, which I've always thought was really cool, but I do my own form of junk journaling. Basically, I always have one journal I'm working on at a time, and I journal in it. I try to journal every single day. Sometimes I go a day or a couple days or even a week without journaling, but I try to journal every day. And also, as I'm living my life and I collect things that you would typically junk journal, like receipts or photo booth pictures or tabs from a club, or I don't know, whatever. I'm not a club girl, but just things that I could junk journal with. What I do is I tape them into the journal I'm currently working on, and then I write a little thing next to it. That's just like how I do it. And with that being said, it means I don't ever have more than one journal I'm working on at a time. I also tend to draw in my journal. So my journal is all in one. It is my sketchbook, my junk journal, and my diary, basically. And I really like it that way. Maybe sometime I'll do a little journal tour, although it is really, really private. I'm like, maybe I could show some things. Because it is cool. I love going through and just reading or flipping through the pages and reading what I've written. A home for you or a home for me is a question I ask to determine if I bring in more stuff. I like that. Is it a home for you or a home for me? Ooh, I really like that. That's good. That's the same kind of concept of, well, similar concept to I cannot speak. That is a similar concept to the do I want it or do I just need it? Do I just need it or do I want it? I can't speak. Ozzy said, did the swivel seat raise it up with room underneath it for some storage? Super good question. That is something I was wondering, if I would have storage underneath my swivel seat after installing it, and thank God, yes. I will say, before the swivel seat, all I stored underneath my passenger seat before the swivel seat base were my sandals, so my slides, and then my shower shoes. That's all I stored underneath it. And with the new swivel seat base, there is still room under there for me to shove my shower shoes and sandals still, so I'm really glad about that. Thank freaking God. Misty Makes Some Magic said, oh yeah, I'm working on trying to get down to one bullet journal or one bullet / junk type journal, mostly using stickers and stuff. Totally. It's hard because it's kind of cool like having dedicated journals for things, but yeah. When it comes to minimalism, it's kind of hard to have multiple journals. Also, digital minimalism is really big for me. Like, I only have the apps I absolutely want and need, and I also have all notifications turned off except for calling, texting, Google Maps, stuff like integral need things, but social media notifications are off, stuff like that are totally off. So that's big for me too. And oh, another point I was going to make is forever, like my whole life, I've always been a physical planner person. Like I have always preferred having a physical planner. So, but I'm like losing my train of thought. I've always been a physical planner person, but once I moved into the van and just was having to shed so much of my things and rethinking everything, I finally, I think 4 years ago, like a year into me having my van, I finally started using Google Planner, like my Google Planner. So Google Planner, is that what it's called? Google Calendar. And so I use a Google Calendar now, and I actually prefer it, although I don't like the idea of not having a physical copy because I'm just kind of a physical, tactile kind of person. But the Google Calendar is everything, especially now. I know you guys don't know what I do for work in San Francisco, but I actually have to plan very, very far out for that. And also for YouTube and travel, and just life is a lot more complicated now. And so having a Google Calendar and being able to color code what I'm planning is so helpful. And I'm a list girl, I'm a planner girl, so when it comes to minimalism, digital minimalism is also big for me. Misty Makes Some Magic said, yes, agree with that. Yes, totally. I don't know what you're agreeing to, but hell yeah. Can you tell I curled this one piece of hair? Sometimes I break out my curler and I just do like the front pieces. Does anyone else do that? This was curled at one point. Oh, Pop's in the house. What's up, Pops? How are you? I don't know why you just like make my day every time you hop into a live. I love seeing you hop into the live. How are you doing? I am doing good. When I started this live, I had like serious anxiety, and I'm not an anxious kind of girl, but I'm doing so much better, especially now that Pops is in the freaking house. What's up, girly Pop? Hey, Chasing the Sun 990. Also, so my live, oh my God, I'm almost at an hour, which is crazy. I have so much up my sleeve over the next couple months that I'm so excited to share with you guys. And meetups are happening. They're not planned yet, but I'm literally like head down making plans, like the beginning stages of the plans, and I'm so excited to share them with you guys. And I'm also starting to organize myself for an Etsy for my knit goods. And yeah, just so much is up my sleeve. I'm so excited for, yeah, for the new year. I'm back. I was away. Where'd you go? Where did you go, Pops? So I have about 5 minutes left in the hour. I do think I want to wrap it at an hour. So if you guys have any final questions for me, please let me know. Misty Makes Some Magic said I'm still in on that. I already told the job in Grand Canyon. All right. Have you fully adjusted to the new posting schedule? Yes and no. It's still definitely an adjustment, to be honest. Thanks, Andy, for the laughing disco. To be honest, actually, doing lives is my biggest adjustment that I'm still kind of adjusting to. It's kind of weird for me going live, but I really like it. I like talking to you guys. I can't tell. What I was about to say is, I don't know if you can tell, I'm already feeling a lot better than I was when I began the live. Like, I'm feeling way better now. So, that's good. Oh, thank you for the donation, Chasing the Sun 990, for Thanksgiving pie. We love you, girl. Dude, I have been wanting some pie. Specifically, pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is my favorite pie. I wish I could make it in the van, but I can't. Maybe I'll go out and buy myself some pie. Thank you so much. I went to treat my condition called getting olditis. The treatment went well. You are a delight, love. Getting olditis. Oh boy. I hope you cured your condition. Me, Jane, and Troopers something said, where will you be for Thanksgiving? I'm not going to say where I'm going to be, but I will say I'm going to be with close friends and family, which I'm really excited for. It should be very relaxed. We're not a big traditional, well, I'm not a big traditional girl when it comes to holidays, especially Thanksgiving. If you know, you know. I just like having an excuse to hang out with friends and family and eat food, but I'm not necessarily celebrating Thanksgiving, if you know what I mean. Hello, Sala. Oh yeah, 18 again in dog years. Hell yeah. Wonder how old I am in dog years. How many years is dog years for 1 year? 1 human year is how many dog years? Does anyone know? Seven. Really? No way? Holy cow. That's kind of crazy. Chasing the Sun 990 said, I was inspired by you to start doing my own nails, and now I'm obsessed. It makes me feel better about myself. Oh my god! I love that. It does, doesn't it? I don't know. It's like a weird self-care. Not weird, but it's totally a self-care thing. Keeping up with your nails and also living in a van and living this lifestyle, I feel like more put together when my nails are done, and it's just a fun weekly thing to keep up with. Like if I went and got my nails done, I think I'd only have to get them done like what, once a month, twice a month or something, but I like doing it myself. So that's so cool. I love that I inspired you to do your own nails. I'm bringing a turkey-shaped butter sculpture for Thanksgiving. Please do that. Please. Please do that. People spend an insane amount of money on professional nails. I know. Okay, so I have always wanted acrylic nails, actually, and I never got them, and I've never had them before, except I think 6, 7, 8 months ago, maybe 7 months ago at this point, my Aunt Nick was visiting me in San Francisco, and I remember we were at In-N-Out, and we're eating In-N-Out, and I was telling her how I've always wanted acrylic nails. I don't know, it just came up in conversation. And later that day, she was like, hey, do you want to go get your nails done? Like, I'll pay. And so I was like, dude, yes. And so I went and got acrylic nails done. They were orange. They weren't that long because I can't handle super long nails, especially working on the van and just like living life. It's hard for me to have super long nails. But I really liked them, but they did kind of get in the way of things, definitely, and it felt a little weird, but I loved the way they looked. But they were super expensive, even for just simple orange nails. No glitter, nothing crazy, nothing special. But yeah, it was fun to have them the one time. So now I can say I've had them, but I don't think I'll ever get them again unless it's like a super special occasion. The acrylic severely damaged mine. Wait, the acrylic severely damaged like your real nails? Here's a general guideline for converting dog years to human years. First year, 12 to 15 human years. Second year, 9 to 10 human years. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. acrylics kill my nails. Dang, really? I will say it was weird taking them off. Like, I could tell that it kind of messed my real nails up a little bit. Definitely. Damaged your real nails. Dang, that sucks. I'm so sorry. But you guys, we are at an hour. That kind of flew, to be honest. Someone's outside of my van. That's okay. I am in an urban place right now, so people are allowed to walk by. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I think I'm going to head out and continue editing and living my life. Love to talk about dog ears. But yeah, thank you guys. I hope everyone has a good day, and I hope you enjoyed this live. It was kind of a weird one when it comes to like anxiety and minimalism, but I hope you enjoyed it. So thank you guys. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you on Friday. You're gonna like Friday's vlog, so I'll see you there.